a very negative experience from fasting that I want to recount to you. I decided to try the 72-hour fast, and man, did I have a negative experience. So let me explain it to you in this video. For those of you who like the contents of my videos, please also don't forget to press like and subscribe. This will greatly help my channel to be able to reach out to more people. And just by you liking, you'll be contributing heavily towards assisting me in doing that and assisting a lot of people in getting important information that may be life changing for them, right? And if you could drop a comment, I would love to hear from you. And if you could be a super duper great pal and share it with your favorite social media, I would very highly appreciate that as well. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Osman, hashtag the blind Muslim yogi. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. An amazing offer that I have, a 10-minute anxiety fix for just $5, less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, delivered to you instantly, telepathically, anywhere globally, and pay only after it works. And that goes for all my protocols. For contact information, visit my website, yogawellness786.com. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching now for 46 years. And in that period, I studied under various masters from different schools of thought, from different cultures, and across the globe, from the Far East, the Middle East, the West, and including the scientific communities. And I've basically taken all that information and created my own unique protocols, but adapted them for the 21st century, making them faster, easier, quicker, more time efficient, and results oriented. To that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com, and where you can get more information about my services. Also, remember that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, when we into this field of fasting and intermittent fasting and so forth, and I was having some amazing success with intermittent fasting, where I was told that don't eat anything after 3 p.m., and that was a great game changer for me, right? So I found that the rate of fat loss, especially in the abdominal area, was super amazing compared to just the normal standard 16/8 fast. This was much more powerful. Then I decided, they said, no, it's good to do a 3-day fast to kickstart your ketosis, right? So, which is a 72-hour fast, which of course they say, you must do it under medical supervision, especially if you're fasting over 24 hours. And I'm doing yoga, pranayama, and I'm quite healthy, right? All my life. And uh, but I I was feeling like flu-like symptoms because of during the COVID time when the virus entered my eye while I was doing some healing for a COVID patient. It went into my eye, made it inflamed in my left eye. At that time, I had both my eyesight, right? Inflamed, and it went into my brain and caused a severe headache, for about 2 months, and no medication worked, at that time, and none of my energy healing even worked because it was too powerful, much more powerful than my energy level at that time. And then eventually it hardened in my brain, like nodes. So according to the doctors, they say it probably formed around the nodes formed around my optic nerve, and when it hardened, it squeezed the nerve, and then I lost my eyesight in my left eye. And then after a year later, there was another incident, and I lost my right eye, right? Another healing incident, actually. So the scars of the trade, right? So, I mean, at least I didn't lose my life, right? And I'm prepared when I go into, especially you're going to save someone's life and they're critically ill. I specialize in terminal illness and critical care recovery. there's a risk to me losing my life, and I'm prepared to take that risk because I've got this gift, and I can save a life. And if I died saving one, I feel it's honorable, to give your life to save a life. That I believe, according to my belief system and my religion, that when we save a life, it's equivalent to saving all of humanity. The reward of not only the reward is as though you saved all of him, because you don't know that person's life you saved, he's going to have children, or he's going to do some good for someone else better than we are. Always consider that every other person is better than me, and they are more valuable than me, or every person is of a high value. And I've been doing this all my life, right? From my age of 8, I was born with this gift, and I've been healing a lot of people, and I saved a lot of lives. So now it's no problem, even if it was the first time, I wouldn't would in a heartbeat, I will give my this thing, right? So coming back to the fasting, so I decided, let me go for it, because what was happening, my energy level was rising to a very high level, and it started to decompose, because this hardness that was blocking the optic nerve on the left side of the brain, it was in a few spots, that because it was painful there before, I lost the eyesight, right? So that same pain started to come back, and I felt like a drip, post nasal drip, when that was melting in about, since the last 2 weeks, this started to happen. And very bitter taste, like a vaccine taste or some virus taste, right? And so it is this thing, and the pain was very severe in my head, as though it was when it originally came. And I was happy, because means it is now, finally dissolving after 3 years, of me trying to increase my energy level. And my energy level, I've been increasing it since 2020, and now in 20, so now including 2020, now it's 6 years, I'm now 722 levels above the standard master level, right? When I reached master level, it really was a high level, and I was able to do terminal illnesses and critical care recovery since 2019. And ever since, I've been trying to increase the levels to reach grand master level. And I didn't know there's so many increments, right? But reaching such a high level, 700 and some odd, when it started to melt those nodes that formed around the optic nerve, and I could feel, till today, there's like a stride. Most of 95% of it is already gone. So hopefully it's going to help my eyesight to return, in the near future, with my healing energy, because there's no medical treatment currently available, right? My only hope is my own energy healing, reaching a high enough level. So that caused like fever symptoms in me, and it's a very potent virus, right? So, I mean, for such a high energy level, before it could melt it down, it must have been a very strong stuff that's in there. So that was busy going on when I decided to do. I said, no, let me do the 72-hour fast, right? So first 24 hours went fine. The second 24 hours, at 48 hours, I think I passed the 48-hour mark at 1 p.m. And by 3:30 p.m., I started to feel hungry. And I said, wow, more than 50, more than 48, more than 50 hours, right? 51 and a half hours or something, right? That's 50 and a half hours, right? 3:30 p.m. Oh, is the first time I'm feeling hungry. Mean the ketosis is only kicking in now. And according to theory, ketosis after 70, I mean, after 48 hours, after 2 days of fasting, but safely 72 hours, the safely is definitely going to kick in. So I wanted to do that full 72 hours plus an extra few hours, and just eat the following day, right? Not at 1 p.m., eat the following morning breakfast, right? Because I had the last meal at that 1 p.m. time, right? And I felt I'm strong enough. I can handle more than, say, if it would have worked out to about 90 hours or so, right? And I felt I could go for it, right? But now I at 52, at the 50 and a half, at 3:30 p.m., I'm starting now. This is our second day, right? Second day finished. 48 hours finished. I'm starting to feel, and I'm feeling excited. Yes, this is good. Now just to go for, the 72 hours. and let this, hunger burn out, because this is carbohydrate craving. And now I'm going to start burning the fat, right? And then I start to feel a severe pain in my head. It started to get worse, right? I said, now this fasting is helping to drain this injury as well better. So let me put when I put a hot water bottle, heat on my head, it helped to relieve the pain without me having to take drugs. I'm fasting, I can't take any painkillers. So let me just put heat on my head, and it like helps to melt it faster. So by putting the heat on the head, and I put the heat on my head like for about 3 hours, right? Because it was really, I felt it melting it down, and I want to keep going, right? And I kept heating the bottles, the hot water bottles, and placing it on my head, right? And but it was releasing more and more, a higher quantity of that bacteria. Man, did I get very sick. Then I went to do my evening prayer, and I couldn't stand. I was feeling so weak. I couldn't stand. I said, okay, I'm feeling weak. This maybe will pass. Let the ketosis kick in. But I was also feeling feverish, from this virus that was releasing. So I said, okay, let me pray sitting, right? So I went on my bed and sat like here, and I'm sitting, and I decided to pray sitting. Then I started to get the pain in my chest, and I got a mild heart attack, and my chest is still sore actually. Now it's the second day, and it's still, slightly painful. And I used to have a heart condition when I was overweight. I never experienced any chest pains or anything until recently, about 2 weeks ago, when I was starting to overwork and just sleeping 2 to 3 hours for a 2 week period. I was just trying to push and catch up and doing a lot of things. I'm trying to build my podcast channel, and trying to, build my own AI, and trying to, build my social media channels as well, because I'm busy focusing on building my YouTube channel and to broadcast it, because my YouTube channel reached 3 months and 404 videos. It was a good landmark, because I felt now I need to, spread the message. It's more or less stable, and continue the growth, because my ultimate goal is to reach 10,000 videos in the next 4 years. So I said, now I can step up. The first 3 months, they restricted me in the number of videos that I could upload. So I effectively couldn't upload more than 5 videos a day, although the limit was 10 a day. But if I uploaded the next, the next 10, like even a few minutes before the other full 24 hours elapsed. So I have to time it exactly when I finish uploading the last 10 before I could start, then that's like complicated. If I did 5, means I will never go over the 10 limit. So I can just upload whenever any time in the day, whenever I had a free time. So, so which meant that level. So I pushed myself, and I started to get my chest pains. And then I needed to prioritize my sleep, right? Because sleep is important. But I said that, sometimes you need to push and work, right? Self-employed, unfortunately, you have to sacrifice sleep now and then, which is a very bad thing to do. So I went back to my 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and then I started to recover a bit, and my chest pain was okay. It was under control. And just when I put the heat on my head while fasting, it melted it, and then the chest pain came, and I got a heart attack, right? A mild heart attack. Like, I know what's a heart attack because I had it before. And it wasn't a very severe one, but it was enough to make me worried. And then immediately I said, no, now I have to break my fast, immediately, because it's a danger to my health. And I need some nutrition, and, to take medication and so forth, because there's a special tablet that we put under the tongue that will relieve the pain. And the other best thing is to go for a heart bypass, right? And fortunately, there was that medication in the home, because because of, good luck, I would suppose. But I never had the medication though. I just went and ate food, and that relieved me. Just the food. I went and ate. And so it is someone like myself who's practicing for such a long time, yoga, meditation, breath work. Yes, there is contributory factors in it, but it just reminds me how fragile, this fasting can make your body. And if there's some you don't know anything underlying, right? That is going to bring it to the fore. And we are living in a society where we are consuming so much of toxins and processed foods. We don't know what illnesses are lurking, and even people in the 20s are getting a heart attack, right? So be warned, before you get into something like this, and follow the rules. Be under medical supervision if you're going to fast more than 24 hours. Don't do it alone. Don't do it, please. I did it and I regret, and I learned the hard way. So I hope that lesson is a reminder to you to always follow medical advice, right? Medical advice states if you're going to fast longer than 24 hours, even any fast, you take it before on medical advice. And if you're going to fast longer than, you have to do under constant medical supervision, right? So hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.